Hey everybody, and welcome to Geek Freaks. I am Frank, and I'm with Squeaks.
Squeaks.
We're putting this up on YouTube, so there's the
Yes.
camera there for YouTube. Today we're going to be going over some news. We're going to do a quick Picard review,
Yes.
and then we're going to follow up with our comic book club finally for Flashpoint. So that'd be pretty great. What have you been playing lately?
Playing? Shoot. Actually, Pokemon still.
Pokemon?
I don't know if I said this on the last time we got together, but got all my gym badges now.
Yeah.
And now I'm just trying to beat Leon.
Okay. You're getting up there.
Yeah, I am.
To show you the ways.
Next battle. Watch. I'm gonna come sharp.
I'll bring my Switch some point or whatever. We'll fight online.
Yeah.
I'll show you how it's done. It's been a bit since I played.
Mm-hmm.
Playing Overwatch, and Jonathan's thinking about playing some Red Dead Redemption. So now I'm like, oh my god, I'll play it again just so I can talk to you about it. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. And then I'm watching Magicians. Have you ever seen Magicians on Sci-Fi Channel?
No.
It's, to be honest with you, terribly written, terribly acted, a really bad show. But I'm 3 seasons in now, and so it's kind of like I might as well just wrap this up. But
is the overall premise pretty good to keep you in it, or
think of it this way? Think of it like as a young adult version of Harry Potter.
Okay.
So if you think of the emotional drama behind Hunger Games or Divergent,
okay.
but put that in a Harry Potter world where they go to a college about magic, and then it that's the first half of the first season, but then reminds me of Sword Art Online, where all of a sudden what's going on? That happens to where now they're trying to save magic. There's this place called Fillory, which those are all my favorite storylines. They're all the Fillory ones, where magic is started and it's this medieval world that's floating and there's multiple dimensions. It's nuts, and sometimes it actually is good, but most of the time I'm like, this is so stupid. Why do I still watch this?
Yeah. You explaining about it, it sucks to hear that you don't like it. It seems pretty neat.
It's really I do like it. I enjoy watching it, but I recognize how bad it is.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like Arrowverse in the fact that I know Arrowverse is a lot of drama, but this is worse than that.
Okay.
So, but I do enjoy the show.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, we'll start off with. I hate to even talk about this because it's been drama and rumors back and forth, but I have all the rumors backed up here. So, ObiWan Kenobi, the series, it's still coming on time. That's the main thing I want to make sure we wrap up on this thing. Have you been hearing about all this drama?
I've only heard bad things about. Last thing I heard was cancellations, and then I thought it was being delayed, but it's on time now.
So it is being delayed production-wise, but they said that the final date is still going to be on time.
Okay.
So I'll break down exactly what happened. First, word came out that the series was canceled through two sources for Collider. Collider's a good website. You're the one that showed me up on those. That got me on Collider. I love them. Then clarification came through those two sources saying that it wasn't canceled. It was being delayed. That the crew over in Pinewood Studios, that's over in UK, got sent home. All right. And then Collider and IGN reported that Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy wasn't happy with the script.
See, okay, I thought Lucas himself wasn't happy with the script too, but is that? I don't know if he's ever happy with it.
I don't think they ever.
Right,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't think they ask him anymore. But because I don't think he knew anything about Mandalorian until the premiere.
Yeah.
Huh,
he's just the face right now.
He is, yeah. And then many rumors have swirled through THR, which is the Hollywood Reporter. They were saying that there was only 2 scripts completed, although Kathleen at D23 said, "Oh yeah, we have everything already written." So there's some she was lying the whole time. So there's kind of some drama behind that. And rumors, and then IGN reported that the reason the scripts were disliked is because they were too close to the Mandalorian, which I'm kind of thinking that's awesome actually, because a Mandalorian type movie basically where the old man's taking care of somebody young.
Yeah.
Through Obi-Wan Kenobi would be interesting. Would we get a little Luke that he's watching before Luke is old enough to know?
Yeah, you see how well Mandalorian's receiving reviews from everyone.
Yeah, but I wonder what the Obi-Wan version of that is. I'm thinking it's that phase of him trying to get Luke Skywalker to Tatooine while they're still being hunted.
Well, okay, this is not taking place after. This is from between 3 and 4, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so
got it.
There was a point where they split the 2 kids up.
Yeah, but then what? Okay, got it.
So maybe it could have been him becoming old Ben.
Twisted in storylines. I see what you're saying.
And so because all we know is that they got to Tatooine, okay, but if you're thinking about it, at that moment they're being hunted. So there could be a whole story of them on the road trying to find a safety, and he realized I should take him to his uncle and aunt.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. And then but Obi-Wan himself, Ian McGregor came out and said he told IGN during a Birds of Prey interview, which I'm not even excited for Birds of Prey.
Why during a Birds of Prey interview?
Because he's the villain in Birds of Prey.
Get the fuck out of here. No.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't even recognize that. I'm like mind blown right now.
Yeah, he's the bad guy.
Oh, shit. Son of a bitch. Okay. Damn.
He says that they're still expected to come out. It's still expected for the unannounced release date. So we don't know the release date, but behind the scenes, what they expect for it to come out. The shooting was going to be in August, and now it's going to be in January. That's the only change. But that's like a lot of months to push it off. It's like 4 months. It's a little weird that that's okay still.
No. Yeah, they're just not saying. They're keeping it hidden like Kathleen, right? Yeah. They're just lying about other stuff before.
But the thing with McGregor coming out and saying that is he could be a little bit more open about it. You know what I'm saying? The actors, to me, I feel like, don't care. So they're going to spill the beans. Like when you know, Hulk and stuff like that does it all the time. Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah, I'm hoping this doesn't mess up everything. It seems like a slam dunk easy script to write. Because
I think we already know what's expected. You were talking about of what storyline it should take place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what their issue is right now.
If they're doing a full new script, I'd be happy with them kind of tying in with the Mandalorian a little bit because in Clone Wars, ObiWan Kenobi's relationship with the Mandalorians is fascinating. And so I wouldn't mind him like helping the Mandalorians find their home.
I mean, why not? This is Disney Plus, right?
Yeah.
So why not keep it together, kind of like when Marvel was on Netflix and you saw Iron Fist and Daredevil. Yeah.
Well, even if like, okay, you know how those ones are hiding in the Mandalorians are hiding in that like sewer or whatever. What if McGregor's or Obi-Wan Kenobi's the one that found them a place to stay or something like that, or he's the one that kind of gathered them together to become a clan?
Yeah.
They could really kind of set up a little prequel to Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Backing up real quick, you said you're not excited for Birds of Prey. Why?
Well, I mean, it's just. It feels like Suicide Squad. The way they're like, look how punky and edgy we are. It's so cool. And I'm just like, no, don't suck.
I'm kind of being scared now too.
Why is that?
I think it might suck too. Just from seeing more trailers. And I'm not digging some of the characters. Maybe visually, because they all look punk, like Black Canary.
Yeah,
like,
too much so.
That looks way not like, I mean, it's Hollywood. They always change the superheroes, whatever. Yeah. But it looks like so not Black Canary like we know.
Well, Black Canary from the Arrowverse is kind of like really subtle, but really awesome still, you know? Yeah. Like use one of those Black Canaries.
Yeah, I don't know. It does feel like all these good characters, well, I'm saying Black Canary, heroes are now just like a punk rock villain.
Yeah, they're trying to be Harley too Quinn. Punkish, it feels like.
Yeah, because really, Birds of Prey, it's not even have to do with Harley Quinn, right? Originally?
I
don't think she's in it.
You know what? Yeah, I think you're right.
I think it was more like a Batgirl, a Batwoman.
You're right.
Black Canary, like superheroes, and then they bring Harley Quinn into this one, and it's like, well, what's going on now?
I don't know, man. It really worries me.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I hope it's good though.
Of course. Yeah. So I want DC to do good. Yeah. You know, so especially with Wonder Woman coming up, and now Wonder Woman, I'm very excited for.
I am a little nervous with the villain, but.
Cheetah, yeah, I think she'll be all right.
I wonder how they'll do her. Yeah,
we'll see.
I see her just in cheetah print outfits. I'm like, oh, that's Cheetah.
Yeah, she got like cheetah pajamas. Yeah, that's hard to say. All right, next up, Bambi's getting a live action remake. Are you hyped for this?
Not at all. It's so dumb. Oh my gosh.
Basically being done the same way Lion King was done. It's got the photorealistic background CGI characters. Yeah. So basically, we won't have any emotions from the from Bambi. That's the way it worked in the last one. This is going to be
facial expressions.
Right. Yeah. This is being produced by Depth and Field Studio, being led by Andrew Miano and then Chris and Paul Weitz. The writers are Lindsay Beer, who did The Magic Order, and then Geneva Robert Dowett that did Captain Marvel. So how did you like the writing of Captain Marvel, and how would you like to see that writer take on a new story?
Well, there were some parts with Captain Marvel that I didn't like. When it comes to like her best friend and be like, oh, hey, I'm back. Oh, you're going to go to space with me? Oh, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
That's stupid. But I
could be a little bit too fast.
Or just like, I don't know. If I just came to you from space and I'm like, hey, you want to go? Well, you probably would go to space with me. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't hate Captain Marvel's script. I hate some of the acting. But.
See, the thing I'm concerned about when I was seeing that is Captain Marvel had a ton to tell in a short amount of time, so they went fast. But Bambi, there's not a lot of story there, right? It's been so long since I've seen Bambi.
No, but it's like an hour and a half movie.
But it's mostly about him like discovering the forest, if I remember correctly, by himself with Flower and Thumper.
Yeah, mother dies, and or dad, whatever, and what happens afterwards?
I know, right?
Damn, now you're making me think
All
about
I can think about is him on the ice.
Is it just him living in the forest then by himself, kind of in a way?
What a weird movie that'll be. So
Some
I think
bitch.
they're gonna actually write a story for Bambi if there isn't much of one. I mean,
I
I
mean,
know there's
this-
like his
There would
dad
have
and like
to be, yeah.
learning to become the new
Yeah.
head buck or whatever.
Maybe if they come up with something interesting.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of hunters hunting him down.
Yeah,
too.
it would be kind of nice following Lion King, which stuck so closely to the script that it was almost like, well, I feel a little bit cheated. I don't know. We can't be
Yeah.
happy is the thing, you know. But yeah, Depth and Field Studio is also working on the live action Pinocchio. This is a new studio, by the way, created essentially for these movies. But they're also working on the Pinocchio story, and I love Pinocchio, so I'm happy for that. I like
Yeah,
that
that's
story.
awesome. I'm down for Pinocchio. You don't even have to change the script on that one. It
No.
would be nice to see a little twist like they did with Beauty and the Beast and Cinderella. Not so much keeping it right on the script like Lion King.
Stick
but
to
for
the
sure.
original Pinocchio story, which is a little bit different than the animated one, and I like to see more of like the donkey guy. I can't remember his name. Like the guy who was actually like tricking all the donkeys, or the kids into donkeys. Like
that
delve into
villain,
that.
right?
Yeah, one
Tricking
of
him into
there's like
the-
a few villains in
Yeah.
that story,
Yeah.
and they're like, yeah, I like Pinocchio. Though. It's gonna be interesting. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
You know who I think would do a really good Pinocchio? Tim Burton.
No,
Now you don't like that idea?
I hate everything Tim Burton does now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, what's the last thing that he's done great?
Okay, I'll give you that. Give me earlier Tim Burton where he was
Earlier
okay
Tim
with
Burton,
being
he can
dark,
have everything to me.
not with like, oh, instead of going dark, I'll just go with a lot of colors. You know?
Yeah, because what he does, he tries to make Alice in Wonderland dark,
Yeah.
but it just looks stupid and
Yeah.
corny and
Alice in
cheesy.
Wonderland's the example I'm thinking of where it's like, oh, okay, just every color on the rainbow on
Yeah.
one shot. That's
Yeah.
weird.
But it still tries to be scary. But if you could just do Edward Scissorhands or mixed with I like Frankenweenie and some of his claymations like Nightmare.
Maybe the team that did what's that one called? Series of Unfortunate Events, the series.
Oh shit,
That's a good team right there. They're
Yeah.
like Tim Burton before he
Yeah.
became a mess.
Damn, I love that
That'd be cool.
series.
And we don't need Captain Sparrow in there,
Yeah,
so we're okay. All right, next up, the new Witcher anime coming to Netflix. This is going to be an anime movie coming up. This film is going to be called The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf. So, Nightmare of the Wolf. Okay, so we know that he's considered the White Wolf. I wonder if this will be kind of the story of them being invaded and the destruction of their like training facility. Because I'd like to see that story.
Yeah. What I like it that if that's the case and how dark they can go, and because they can do anything that's animated.
Oh yeah, for
So
sure.
they can make this, which actually make this as good as Castlevania, because I'm a huge Castlevania fan when it comes to Netflix and their animation or their anime. So that's what I'm comparing it to, and that's what's getting me really excited about this one.
Yeah, I like Voltron too. That Netflix does, and this is the same team that does the Voltron animation.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that they'll kind of lean into that.
Shit, okay.
Yeah. This is by the Korean animation house Studio Mir. So they're most famous for Legend of Korra. You can't go wrong with that. But they also do the Voltron ones for Netflix. So if you guys are familiar with that series, it's pretty good. Some of the crew from the live-action Witcher are part of the team, including producer Bo DeMeo and Lauren Hisrick. Hisrick did tweet out saying that they've been working on this for over a year, that they've been trying to keep it under wraps.
Oh, wow.
So I thought that was interesting because that means that they were working on it before it was popular. They already were investing time and money into a project before knowing if the Witcher show was going to go so well.
Yeah.
Then the Witcher show came out and it was like beating Mandalorian on numbers, which is nuts. So it shows that they already knew that they had something good here.
Yeah.
And I wonder what else they're working on.
Dang, I think this all has to lead up ultimately to another game, right? Witcher 4.
Well, they're not tied together.
They're not, but the hype would still be there.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to play Witcher 3, but I can't get over those controls. To me, they're so terrible.
That's so crazy that's your problem.
I know, it's weird. I know. I'm playing it on the Xbox too. That might be my problem. Maybe control better on the PC for me.
Well, I'm using an Xbox controller on the PC, so
I don't know, man. To me, it feels like it turns too fast, and I'm like, it feels like old school Resident Evil where you like stopped and turned. That's what it feels like to me, and that drives me nuts.
Wow.
I don't know. I like more flowing motion, so we'll see.
I know.
I'm gonna force my way through it because the fans have voted for me to play it. So now I'm like, I gotta get with this thing. So I'm going with that. But yeah, so the studio that brought Legend of Korra, so that's pretty cool. Next up, Digimon Adventure is getting a reboot.
Yeah.
Do you remember the old Digimon cartoons? Did you like those?
Oh yeah, I watched the Digimon cartoons. I collected some cards. I don't know what they were good for.
I didn't know they
as in
had
like
cards.
a game. Yeah, I know. It was when I was a kid. You collect Pokemon, and you're like, I still don't know how to play Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh. I have Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I don't know how to play
I knew
Yu-Gi-Oh.
both of those. And Magic.
Yeah, I didn't. I just collect them.
Yeah. Well, they look neat.
But and then I played a lot of the PlayStation 1 games for Digimon.
That was an awesome game. They had like that one big, almost like an RPG kind of game that was really good.
Yeah.
And I don't ever hear about people talk about it, but it's one of my favorite PS1 games.
Oh yeah,
that was a great game. Yeah, I remember renting that.
So this is neat, but looking at the notes, you're saying that it's gonna have the same animation.
It's pretty similar animation. Looks pretty close. Yeah.
Pretty lame.
Well, I'm okay with it because the Pokemon reboot happened last year. So now there's a whole new Pokemon series and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the animation's different. And I'm like, that's cool, but I kind of I don't know. You know what? It's hard to say.
I think it's just because we're used to 2020 stuff now.
Yeah.
And it's like, it'd be nice to see a fresh
look
it'll
still be super clean. It'll be cleaner than it was back then. Yeah. It's just that they're not trying to like go with a new animation like Pokemon did.
What is this going to... So, Pokemon does have a new series, we know. Mm-hmm. What is that aired on? 1. And 2, what will Digimon be aired on?
They're both starting in Japan, and then we'll get probably Funimation.
Oh, okay, so we don't even...
Right. All that came out was a Japanese teaser is what this is based off of.
Got it. Okay.
So it's very limited, yeah. By the way, on a side note, we're always in the side notes, of course. Did you see the Netflix, and I know it wasn't first Netflix, but it's on Netflix next for us, the redo of the first Pokemon movie?
No.
We're watching that after this. Check it out, guys. I'm pointing at you on YouTube.
Yeah.
Google or look up, they're redoing the Pokemon Mewtwo movie. And it's with a whole new like 3D animation. It looks amazing. And I've seen a side-by-side shot, and it's basically the same exact movie. They just decided to redo it with new animation. And it looks really cool. I think it's the same voice acting and everything.
How does Ash look? Out of curiosity.
Oh, awesome.
Because I don't think we've ever seen Ash in any 3D type of model, right?
Yeah, it's really hard to explain. It's not fully 3D, but it's super clean. It actually reminds me of the new Scooby-Doo kind of model.
The Scoob?
Yeah, Scoob. Yeah.
Okay, I have some news for that too.
Oh, you do? Okay, then we'll make sure to get that in there.
But okay, all right. Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks really good, and I liked it. And one thing I really, as a super nerd, of course, I was sitting there, the old one, in that first, like, during the credits battle they're doing, at some point, Pikachu has to fight 3 Pokemon at once. And one of them is Golem, I think it is. He's the rock type Pokemon.
Okay.
And Pikachu ends up doing an electric attack that knocks all 3 of out. I'm like, no, he's immune to electricity, though. He's a ground type Pokemon. Yeah. And he still knocks him out. So that bugged me back in the original movie. In the remake, they changed it out with a different Pokemon.
Oh, good.
So it is all Pokemon that can be affected by electric type.
Yeah. Dang, what damn.
Yeah, so I was like, that's a dumb thing to pay attention to, but like, okay, I need that to be fixed.
I don't even think I thought about that when it originally came out.
I was an older Pokemon fan when it first came out. To the fact where I was playing the card game in probably freshman class or some shit and stuff like that. So I was to the point where I was like, oh, that type doesn't work with that type.
Yeah.
You know, full geek out thing.
You gotta be that guy, huh?
I was that
in the movie theater pissed off.
Yeah, well, you were there when I was watching The Last Avatar.
Or
The Last Airbender, I mean.
Oh, God.
But yeah, so this remake is coming this year, they said, and it'll be in Japan first. This does not affect the movie. There's a Digimon movie coming up. And this is not tied with that. That movie is going to be with the continuity of the first series. And that one's called The Last Evolution, I think it is. So that's coming up pretty soon. Next up, Ninja Theory reveals a new game called Project Mara. I am currently playing through Hellblade, and I'm loving it, dude. It's so good.
Are you playing on PC?
I'm playing on Xbox.
Xbox, okay. Well, you can download it free on your PC, by the way, for Game Pass.
Oh, okay.
But it does say, the only reason why I asked that is you're probably not using a headset.
No.
Okay, it does say for best experience to use a headset when you first start.
Really?
Because when you hear those voices, I can hear them because I'm up close to my 2 speakers behind you, and you can hear like certain sides is where you hear the voices. So they want you to put the headset on.
Use like the 7.1.
Sounds like they're all around you.
I don't know if I want to go crazy playing a game though.
But I'm playing it too. How far are you?
Oh, just like the first 30 minutes because I was that Witcher and Far Cry 5. I was like, let me kind of play a little bit of these, get a feel for each of them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play Witcher 3 because of the vote, but I just wanted to kind of get a feel. I know it's gonna be one of those 3 that is my next.
Yeah, I'm really digging it, so I'm excited for whatever they're gonna do.
I like how it feels like a cinematic experience. I'm not really playing a game of effort.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying the story. But this next one is Project Mara. So Ninja Theory. They came out and they wanted to show off the studios and what they're doing, so like because they've really stepped up. Like out of nowhere, they're gotten to really be big now. Yeah. And the next Hellblade is now an Xbox exclusive, so they're now under the ownership of Microsoft essentially, in a partnership with Microsoft. They were saying in the video that was like a big flush of cash for them. So yeah, so now they're stepping up. And one of this new game they're working on, they're redesigning horror games essentially, to where you're in one building in one location. And they're doing all kinds of testing and stuff like that on human subjects right now to figure out how to induce fear to try to scare you the most with this thing. They're really going to try to trip your mind out. So they're trying to redo horror games where it's not just, a big flash of scare, but it's actually something that'll like make you kind of reminds me of the way you're explaining where you have the headset on, you can hear the sounds of different locations. That's what this is like aiming for.
Because that's kind of what I'm thinking, because nothing in, at least for Hellblade right now, for me and for yourself, nothing really like pops out and be like, oh shit. It's all like the anticipation being built.
Yeah. And then kind of like the mystery of like, what is this place? And stuff like that. So it's a lot of that. But the next couple things is Overwatch and Call of Duty are now exclusive to YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is only their esports. If you watch just random streamers play Overwatch or whatever, you're fine. You can still do that. That's up to the streamer to choose their platform. And we've been seeing lately that both Mixer and YouTube are really starting to hit at Twitch as much as possible, trying to grab people. Well, this new exclusive deal includes their games like Overwatch, Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, and anything else. StarCraft is also going to be on there. And whenever they have an esports event, say it's the Grand Finals or whatever, the World Cup, they also stream it out to everybody else, and usually for a fee, if you're going to pay for the ticket online as well. Now that's going to be done through YouTube, essentially. The reason they're doing this is because, first off, it's a good deal with YouTube, and YouTube was trying to bolster their gaming presence. But also, Google is now offering their servers to reduce the latency during games. So they're going to actually have better latency. To me, I don't feel an effect right now. To me, it doesn't seem like that big of a difference. But if you're like at that caliber, you may notice it. Like, no, I did shoot that guy and it didn't go off. Stuff like that. So it's supposed to be even better. It's all cloud gaming for them.
So are you saying that if I log into YouTube and I want to watch, say, the finals of the Overwatch League, I have to pay for it somehow?
Well, just like now. So if it is free, it's still going to be free.
Okay.
But there are things much like BlizzCon, for example. BlizzCon, you'd pay for your ticket, and then you'd stream BlizzCon, stuff like that, including the finals. Like some parts of the finals were paid to watch. Those parts will still be paid to watch. It's just that you're paying through Google/YouTube. Okay. Because of the same company instead of Twitch. Yeah. That's the main difference. For Call of Duty, that's starting this weekend here. It started on the 24th. That's starting this weekend. They have their league starting off right now. And then on Overwatch, that's starting on February 8th. That they'll be switching over to YouTube. Again, if you're already a big fan on Twitch of like certain streamers, they'll still be able to stream. Yeah. I checked it out too. At the time of typing this, which was on Friday midday when I was typing this up, World of Warcraft had 45,000 viewers. Overwatch had 24,000 viewers. Hearthstone's 24,000. Call of Duty is at 10K. And that's all on Twitch. So that's midday. Those are all still holding up pretty well. It's doing good. And then
benefits for people? Probably not anything. I'm just a different browser.
Probably not to the normal viewer. It won't matter much.
Okay.
If again, it's like, well, okay, that's fine for the events. I'm going to YouTube instead. But I wonder what kind of peripheral. See, I haven't used YouTube for streaming yet. I need to try that out. I wonder if there's as much extra stuff going on with YouTube. Like Twitch does a good job of where you like have emojis and stuff like that. I don't know if that's all still as good in YouTube. Have you used YouTube to watch esports?
No, just previously recorded ones, but nothing live.
So I don't know. I don't know how that'll work out. I'm hoping it'll work out good. No. And the idea of this cloud gaming thing, probably about 6 years ago, they started doing World of Warcraft that way, where it's actually being streamed to you for the most part, instead of it being uploaded on your computer fully. A lot of it's being streamed, so that's why you're able to play like halfway down the download. So if that's going to go through the Google thing and actually go a little faster, that might help with launches. That's my big first concern is always World of Warcraft, and then what's next. Yeah. So that'd be pretty good. The last bit of news for us today is going to be that the new Kingdom Hearts game is coming mobile. There's a new Kingdom Hearts game coming to mobile. It's coming through Square Enix. They revealed it, and it's called currently. Let's see, what is it called? Oh, did I not actually put the freaking name down? No. Xehanort? Project Xehanort?
Yeah, Xehanort.
Yeah. Okay, now you're our Kingdom Hearts guy.
Yes.
Explain to us who Xehanort is.
Xehanort is...
Oh, I'm nailing the name already. That's great.
He's the main villain in Kingdom Hearts, where he pretty much gets all the darkness issues that are coming about. Yeah. Is him. So... real quick, he's getting all the princesses' hearts and trying to open Kingdom Hearts, and so all the darkness.
That was the first game, essentially, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and then it just continues from there, whatever.
Okay.
So this is going to be about him, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
To get to where he was.
Well, we don't know anything about it, but it does say, because it does use the tagline, "Why did he become the Seeker of Darkness?" So I think it might be a prequel, and we see images of him as a young, 10-year-old or maybe 15-year-old.
Yeah, like Sora's age. That one, the images that I see were just from Kingdom Hearts 3. where he's like playing chess or something like that. Was that the same images that you saw?
No, I didn't know he played chess in Kingdom Hearts 3. I
Yeah,
thought that was the two brothers that were playing.
No, so it actually is Xehanort and his friend. I don't know if it's a relative. I don't remember on top of my head. But they used to be masters to. It's Birth by Sleep. I don't know if you ever played Birth by Sleep.
Okay.
It's the good guy trainer with Roxas,
right,
and Aqua and Terra, and that's like that master. And then Xehanort has accomplices too.
I thought this kid that they were showing in the images that we've just got was not from Kingdom Hearts 3 because I didn't recognize him as one of those two. Mm-hmm, I know that the chess, I was like, oh, okay, but no, I thought it was different. But
no, they're playing chess with each other in that scene.
Okay, I thought it was
different. When they were younger. And then they're talking about like Xehanort's kind of hinting like, oh, about what if like darkness here and there.
Yeah.
But they're just adding so much prequels to shit. And it's like, we don't need to. I kind of got the little glimpse of a little bit by Birth by Sleep and a little bit of it from Kingdom Hearts 3. Mm-hmm. What the fuck?
Yeah, to me, like, I was talking to one of our Twitter followers who had brought up, like, what do you guys think? I would like to just see them reboot the whole series or just start from a new place, you know.
That's what's supposed to happen after whatever DLC comes out in February.
Yeah.
But the next Kingdom Hearts they said they're done with Kingdom Hearts. In a way, but then they also said, "Oh, we're just done with the Sora saga, so they'd start something new afterwards." So it'd be nice to get a fresh start.
If it being afterwards, not something that's starting before. Yeah. There is going to be in-app purchases for this too. I saw. So
and with Xehanort's story, why is it a mobile game? Why can't it just be a real game?
Yeah, it might actually play out because they're able. There's no doubt that current mobile devices can handle playing, an action RPG.
Yeah.
So they could actually do that if they wanted to. I would be much more excited for that. I'm afraid it's going to be one of those Eastern mobile games that you guys are probably familiar with where, it's a big RPG, and then you're playing it, and it's like very hack and slash, but very kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
And then you're just constantly buying new champs. I could see something like that, and that would be frustrating.
And I could see that happening for the fact that it's on mobile, so they're not going to make it too complicated, which sometimes when they do, then people lose interest in it. Like Kingdom Hearts Unchained is the other mobile game. I haven't barely even picked that thing up. Because I'm just over it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's huge on the mobile games and spent just piles and piles of money on it. And I don't understand why. But that's all it is you can even set like auto run. Have you ever seen that where you just set auto run and then like your character finishes the level for you? And then if it's real hard, you just jump in and heal and stuff.
No, sure.
Yeah. So that takes away from, I want to see the story. I don't want to necessarily just farm champs and then I could see us farming a bunch of like heartless whatever, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then sending him out and doing this repeated mission and then like, here's a little tidbit of written story.
Yeah. So you think we're playing as Xehanort?
I think so, yeah. Because it's supposed to be, it looks like it's going to be a prequel to him.
Yeah, that'd be kind of neat for the fact that we could kind of be on the bad guy side.
Yeah.
I wonder what the gameplay is going to be.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be good. I don't know.
Because they showed him with Keyblades before, but they never, I guess he's fought a couple times. But then so agile as like a Sora or whatever. So I wonder, I guess go back in time, or are we just going to have this whole... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. A lot of thoughts in my mind right now.
We'll see how it goes coming out this year. They said that's which seems like a pretty good turnaround. So we'll be knowing pretty soon. I'll at least download it and try it out.
For sure. Yeah. Even if it costs a couple $, I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan, so...
Yeah. Well, it's in the app purchases, so it'll probably be free. Then you pay in-game. It's going to be on iOS, Google, and they said Amazon, so whatever Amazon uses.
Yeah, what is Amazon
I don't know. Apparently...
Maybe something new. Maybe they leaked something new that Amazon was going to do, but they didn't announce it.
That's the real story. You guys, you get it here first, guys.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Amazon just didn't have a Play Store, then watch, they're going to drop a cell phone.
Well, they have a new game coming out. There's no way that... I've bought games through Amazon too, digital Amazon, but they have a new game coming out. What's it called? New World? That they're making. So... they do have a game coming out, so interesting to see how it goes. Okay. Yeah. All right, that's it for the news, guys.
One more.
Sorry, I forgot about it. Yeah.
So Scoob's coming out. Okay, kind of excited for it because I'm really kind of a fan of the Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Yeah, they're classic. Yeah.
So I was doing some research and I was like, man, I really wish they'd make a Flintstones movie.
Oh snap!
But they're not. So
anyway. Yeah, you're killing me. But then I better get Jetsons. It's one or the other.
Oh shit! So what Scoob's is hoped to be, I guess it was mentioned before that it's the first installment of the Hanna-Barbera universe they want to bring to
I'm down for this.
The big screen with that. Yeah. So they're already, I don't know how far, whatever, but after Scoob's, they are working on Jetsons.
That's cool.
And then they didn't say nothing else about Flintstones or Wacky Racers. They just mentioned that Flintstones and Wacky Racers.
Give me Wacky Racers.
Yeah.
I forget how good those are.
Well, they mentioned that they came out on DC Comics 2017, like a little darker tones of Flintstones and Wacky Racers. So I need to pick those up. I want to check it out.
That'd be interesting.
But I would love to see the Flintstones.
That's a good idea. Yeah. I'm down for that.
But that'd be cool. Why not? A lot of these animated cartoons that are cutesies for the family. Yeah. They're making tons of money. Yeah. Why not?
And I like that art style they're using for Scoob. So I wouldn't mind seeing that in other movies. That would be cool. That's good. Because then we can get, because Scooby's, of course, famous for the crossovers. So then we can get crossovers. And then one of my favorite crossovers was when they did the Jetsons and Flintstones. Yeah. And that was cool. You had like Flintstones in the future, Jetsons in the past. Oh, man.
Cool. That's already, man, if they did that, and say if they, along the road, they make Jetsons, Flintstones, and then they did that crossover, think of so much comedy, and you could probably do a little bit of adult comedy in it too. That'd be something humorous to watch that.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I'm imagining now what we think of the future, and there's no doubt that you have like Fred in the future just like having drones deliver stuff to him in an hour all the time, just like all his meat, I don't know. There's all kinds of things you could do.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. Anything else?
No, that was my big thing.
Hey, I'm down.
Make sure we got that across.
I'm going to try to find some Jetson images too for the YouTube version of this. We'll get some updates on that. All right, guys. So next up, we're going to do our Picard review. Do I have notes for that? No, I don't. Okay. So we're going live on this. Yeah.